Saturn. Much like its gas giant sibling Jupiter, Saturn is an enormous sphere primarily composed of hydrogen and helium. While other planets do have rings, none are as striking or intricate as Saturn's. In addition, Saturn boasts a multitude of moons. The Saturn system is a treasure trove of scientific marvels, from the water jets of Enceladus to the methane-filled lakes on Titan's hazy surface. It continues to present new puzzles, waiting to be solved. Known to ancient civilizations, Saturn was the farthest planet visible to the naked eye. It is named after the Roman god of agriculture and wealth, who was also Jupiter's father. Despite its grandeur, Saturn's harsh conditions make it an unlikely candidate for life. The extreme temperatures, pressures, and materials found there would likely prevent any form of life from surviving. However, some of Saturn's moons, such as Enceladus and Titan, hold more promise. With internal oceans, these moons may offer the potential to support life. Saturn's equatorial diameter is approximately 74,897 miles, 120,500 kilometers, making it about 9 times wider than Earth. If Earth were the size of a nickel, Saturn would be comparable to a volleyball in size. Saturn lies 886 million miles, 1.4 billion kilometers, away from Earth, or about 9.5 astronomical units from the Sun. 1 AU is the distance from the Sun to Earth, meaning it takes sunlight 80 minutes to reach Saturn. Orbit and rotation. Saturn's day is incredibly short, taking just 10.7 hours to complete one full rotation. However, Saturn's orbit around the Sun is far longer, taking about 29.4 Earth years, or 10,756 Earth days. Its axis is tilted by 26.73 degrees, similar to Earth's 23.5-degree tilt, which means Saturn also experiences seasons. Moons. Saturn is home to a stunning array of diverse moons. From the fog-covered Titan to the cratered Phoebe, each moon adds another layer to the rich narrative of Saturn's system. As of June 8, 2023, Saturn has 146 moons, with more awaiting official confirmation from the International Astronomical Union, IU. Rings. Saturn's famous rings are made up of debris from comets, asteroids, or broken moons that were torn apart by the planet's powerful gravity. These rings are composed of billions of ice and rock particles, some no larger than dust grains, while others are as large as houses or even mountains. If viewed from Saturn's cloud tops, the rings would appear mostly white, and each ring orbits at a unique speed around the planet. The ring system extends up to 175,000 miles, 282,000 kilometers, from Saturn, though the main rings have a vertical thickness of only about 30 feet, 10 meters. These rings, labeled alphabetically as they were discovered, are separated by gaps, such as the 2,920-mile, 4,700-kilometer, wide Cassini division between rings A and B. Other fainter rings, such as D, E, F, and G, were discovered more recently. Saturn's rings include D ring, C ring, B ring, Cassini division, a ring, F ring, G ring, and E ring. The faint Phoebe ring lies far beyond Saturn's regular rings, orbiting Saturn's moon Phoebe. Formation. Saturn began to take shape roughly 4.5 billion years ago when the rest of the solar system formed, drawing in gas and dust under gravity to create the gas giant we know today. About 4 billion years ago, Saturn settled into its position as the sixth planet from the Sun. Like Jupiter, it is mostly composed of hydrogen and helium, the same elements that fuel the Sun. Structure. Saturn, like Jupiter, is composed mainly of hydrogen and helium. At its core lies a dense mixture of metals such as iron and nickel, surrounded by rocky compounds solidified under immense pressure and heat. Above this is a layer of liquid hydrogen and liquid metallic hydrogen, resembling Jupiter's interior but smaller in scale. Interestingly, Saturn's average density is lower than that of water, making it the only planet in the solar system that could theoretically float in a gigantic bathtub, if one existed. Surface. As a gas giant, Saturn lacks a solid surface. Its vast outer layers are primarily composed of swirling gases and liquids. While it would be impossible to land on Saturn, any spacecraft attempting to fly through the planet would be destroyed by the extreme pressure and temperatures deep within. Atmosphere. Saturn's atmosphere is dominated by layers of clouds, which form faint stripes, jet streams, and violent storms. The planet's colors range from yellow to brown to gray. Winds in Saturn's upper atmosphere can reach speeds of 1,600 feet per second, 500 meters per second. At the equator, far exceeding the most powerful hurricane winds on Earth, which top out at around 360 feet per second, 110 meters per second. The immense atmospheric pressure is so great it compresses gas into liquid form. A particularly interesting feature of Saturn's North Pole is its six-sided jet stream, first discovered by Voyager I and later studied in more detail by Cassini. This hexagonal formation spans about 20,000 miles, 30,000 kilometers, and hosts 200 miles per hour, 322 kilometers per hour, winds and a massive rotating storm at its center. This atmospheric phenomenon is unique to Saturn. Magnetosphere. Saturn's magnetic field, though smaller than Jupiter's, is still 578 times stronger than Earth's. The planet, along with its rings and moons, lies within Saturn's massive magnetosphere, where its magnetic field dominates over the solar wind. Auroras on Saturn are produced by charged particles spiraling into the atmosphere along magnetic field lines, much like on Earth. However, some of Saturn's auroras are not driven by the solar wind, but rather by particles from its moons and the rapid rotation of Saturn's magnetic field. These auroras are still not fully understood.